They consumed huge assets on robot and rocket assaults they realized Israel could without much of a stretch obstruct. For what reason did they irritate, and for what reason did they do as such on such a tremendous scope at such extraordinary cost? Iran additionally declared that it would make no further immediate assaults on Israel. For what reason do that? Why not keep up with the anticipation? In addition, what is Israel prone to do straight away? How would it be advisable for them to respond? Also, what position should the US take? I make forecasts and give replies beneath. Why Iran spent such a great amount on such a purposeless assault? Honor culture contemplations, hiding any hint of failure, expected Iran to fight back for Israel's besieging of its progressive watchman pioneers in Syria. Yet, a profoundly fruitful Iranian counter-assault would have made Israel heighten, maybe by taking out Iran's atomic offices. Iran realizes it can't win a full-scale battle against Israel. Subsequently, Iran needed to put on a decent act, however, so as to keep away from heightening. The requirement for a great show makes sense of the assault's enormous scope. Apprehension about heightening makes sense of the vain weapons Iran utilized and their reported goal to send off no further attacks. Along these lines, face has been saved while maybe likewise staying away from a bigger struggle. These occasions show us something valuable. Iran's chiefs are undoubtedly somewhat sane. This proof of level-headedness resolves the subject of the amount of dedication Iran's chiefs possess to the suffering lunacy that distresses such countless fundamentalist Muslims. Assuming their affection for affliction is low, they are less inclined to involve nuclear bombs for something besides discouragement. Would it be advisable for them they at any point procure such weapons? This is uplifting news. In any case, I keep up with that Iran's chiefs are just somewhat reasonable. They stay gave to spending huge aggregates supporting Hamas in Israel, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Assad in Syria, the Houthis in Yemen, and Shia revolutionaries in Iraq. It's difficult to see what any of these ventures create. They can't wipe out Israel, increment Iran's size or power, make Iran or its chiefs more extravagant, make Iran safer, give Iran's chiefs more climaxes. Iran's activities serve no ordinary human inspiration with the exception of inner self and disdain. Thusly, they are not completely level-headed. However, maybe Iran's chiefs are helpless against future convincing thinking, particularly given another striking reality about their bombed attack against Israel. Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the assembled Middle Eastern Emirates guarded Israel against Iran. Every one of the three Middle Eastern Islamic nations sent military resources for impede the rockets and robots focused on Israel. This is significant. Many have guessed that Hamas went after Israeli regular people on October 7 to incite a retaliatory activity that would hinder Israel's further developing relations with its Middle Eastern neighbors. That technique presently appears to have fizzled. Muslim countries have censured the fierceness of Israel's Gaza intrusion. They have likewise proceeded with dealings with Israel. In any case, their safeguard of Israel against Iran demonstrates the way that neither Iran nor its intermediaries can forestall further developed Bedouin-Israeli relations over the long haul. The Bedouin-Muslim road remains exceptionally against Semitic and unfriendly to Israel. However, every one of the state-run administrations of the area see more worth in participation than war. I think harmony is coming to the Center East, regardless of whether Iran or the Palestinians like it. Be that as it may, what would be an ideal next step? What I figure Israel will do. Israel as of late pulled out powers from Gaza. I think this is brief. They need to plan for a potential Hezbollah assault in the north, while permitting philanthropic endeavors more prominent degree to forestall starvation and sickness in Gaza. Meanwhile, I comprehend that Israel is working with well-off Palestinian families to give them command over Gaza later on. Hamas and the Palestinian Authority would both be good and gone. After a respectable span, the IDF will return and begin to move regular folks from the Rafah region back toward the north. It will then complete the job of obliterating Hamas. In the event that Hezbollah assaults proceed with, the IDF will attack Lebanon and endeavor to wipe out Hezbollah as well. Remain tuned and perceive how my forecast submission. There are different potential outcomes. What I figure Israel could do. Israel might take advantage of the Iranian assault to obliterate Iranian atomic resources, wanting to thwart an Iranian nuclear bomb. I figure out the inspiration for this, yet I think it heightens what ought to be raised. What I figure Israel ought to do. I think Israel is right to demand obliterating Hamas. That will be best for both the Israelis and the Palestinians. I figure Israel ought to try not to go after Iran straightforwardly. They ought to be more calculated. Kill Iran's intermediaries first, and afterward check whether Iran needs to cool off in the wake of having burned through such a lot of cash for no valuable reason. I additionally figure Israel ought to attempt to foster back channels for discussions with Iran, accepting such channels don't exist as of now. Israel ought to continually call attention to that Iran's destabilization speculations cannot accomplish anything helpful. In the meantime, Iran's rulers have a ton to acquire from further developed relations with Israel and the West. Israeli representatives might need to say this multiple times before the point at long last infiltrates. When in doubt, I figure soldiers ought to continuously be arranging, even while they are battling. Simply envision what could have happened had this approach been utilized during the Second Great War, for example. What I figure the US ought to do. The US ought to begin to lessen its contribution. I figure American lawmakers might have caused more damage than really great for Israel. Indeed, the US has financed tremendous Israeli arms buys. That has most likely aided Israel while likewise advancing the military modern complex. Yet, the Zionist undertaking has neither rhyme nor reason in the event that Israel can't totally finance its own guard. In any case, Israel is basically depending on the Gentile countries whose shakiness roused Zionism in any case. Other than military financing, most US arrangements have hurt Israel. President Reagan kept Israel from obliterating the PLO in Lebanon in 1982, and we have subsidized both the Palestinians and joined countries' establishments that have been unfriendly to Israel. Our financing for Palestinians has sponsored and weaponized a kleptocracy in the Palestinian Power and Islamic Jihad as Hamas. US what's more, European expense dollars, alongside tremendous endowments from Bedouin oil states, have made it workable for Palestinians to try not to make a compelling common society. All things being equal, the Palestinians are government assistance addicts. To top it all off, US pioneers have continually pimped for an off-track two-state arrangement. This arrangement has neither rhyme nor reason given that the Palestinians have never been willing to make do with anything short of the entire domain, from the waterway to the ocean. Subsequently, any Palestinian express that appeared would wage steady conflict against Israel, similarly as Hamas has done in Gaza. It appears to be legit for Israel to protect Palestinian Middle Easterners from Hamas and the Palestinian Authority by officially adding Judea and Samaria, the supposed West Bank. This would ultimately give individuals in that region the very personal satisfaction that Bedouin Israelis appreciate. Individuals contend that this would make a Bedouin great apart, accordingly obliterating the Jewish state from the inside. In any case, that dread depends on a few terrible presumptions. None of the encompassing Bedouin countries, first of all, give their Palestinian inhabitants citizenship or the option to cast a ballot. They cease from doing so in light of the fact that the Palestinians have been a threatening and weakening power in each nation where they dwell. Follow for more news and subscribe.